Alright, just about to go to work and I saw somebody is going to go pick up their first shotgun. And it was the 1301. This is a Mod 1. I bought this when TFB TV put out their 1301 video. This was pretty much unobtainium, but I'm glad I bought it when I did, because when I bought it, it was $1,300, and now they're about $17. So definitely was a good investment. It was in between this and a retrograde, Mossberg retrograde. You can see that horseshoe of death right there. If you are not familiar, I would look into these microprisms. This is the exact same technology that's in an ACOG. It's a solid giant piece of glass that's prismatic, so it takes in light and then sends it to your eye box. There's only two pieces of glass in this whole thing, and the ACOG has proved itself many times. There's plenty of videos you can watch online, people cooking them and shit, and they still work just fine. They even hold 0. So yeah, this one's got a W2 on it, or W3. Eventually I will switch that out, but it was just a budget light that I could afford in the meantime. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to put on it, but I do like, if shit hits the fan, that I can throw my solar charger on this. So I would never recommend these stupid fucking pressure switches. Yeah, if I was going to run this like legitimately, I'd probably take the tail cap off and just run it as a thumbs forward kind of activation. There's a couple videos online you can watch. I forget the company, but the choke, it's called the Buck Kicker, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick one of those up. Not only does it turn your shotgun into a breaching shotgun, because it gives gas as a place to go if you were to shove this up against the door, but it turns regular buckshot into flight control type groups, even at range. So one thing I can recommend, like, just listen to me, is do not put the stupid barrel clamp on here. The barrel clamp became welded on here just from recoil, whatever the threads on the screws. Just don't fucking use the clamp. GG&G makes this mount right here. If you decide to throw a light forward like that, or the Mod 2s, they have M-lock right here. But that clamp, man, it walks back and forth the entire time. It doesn't matter how tight you have it, it's going to walk. And if you're a gun guy, you know that putting anything on the barrel is dumb. This barrel's free floated as it is. Why would we put something on the barrel directly, attaching it to the tube? So it makes taking it down a lot easier too, to just not have that stupid fucking clamp here. The screws will get stripped out over time. They need a ton of foot-pounds to keep them on, and like I said, they just shooting it locked the threads to the point where I couldn't take it off. So I'm pretty sure most people aren't going to go with the Mod 1 because the Mod 2's out. But yeah, that GG&G, they make a fantastic mount. See, and everyone wants that stupid M-lock thing up there to put your QD mount. Well, I just put a front sight tower cable up here, and that's got a QD slot on it right there, so problem solved. I have had 0 malfunctions with this gun. I would not recommend firing shorty shells. They won't cycle in general, they'll jam your gun up. But there's a video online, you could just type in 1301 Battle of the Bulge, and there's a guy that was shooting the shorty slugs out of his son's 1301, and they're so short that they try to turn around in the barrel when you fire them. Because of the forcing cone design, there's enough room in here for them to actually flip around, and he had a gigantic bulge in his barrel. So just do not shoot shorty shells. Run 2 3/4, they're fucking everywhere, right? It's not as fun with 3-inch magnums, but it's a shotgun. It shouldn't be fun to shoot. So, you know, do you want to add more weight and rock an older design? The M4 is great, but you got to think, Beretta owns Benelli, and this is their shotgun. And I love the design. If you take it apart, there's a lot of plastic in here, and some semi non-serviceable parts in the carrier. There's like a plastic shroud that holds the recoil spring in here. It is a bitch to take apart, so be prepared for that. You shouldn't have to take that apart ever, so just a heads up. But I don't think that you could buy a better shotgun. And I mean, the Genesis 12s are great, but the magazines, dude, like if you live in my state, you will never find those magazines ever. And they haven't been on the market enough to find them. Like, if you decide you want a Genesis 12, you better go buy like 30, 40 magazines because they're unobtainium. So, there you go. The Beretta 1301 Mod 1. This is what I chose to be my only shotgun. I still might pick up a retrograde. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at them. They're pretty much a modern trench gun, and they hold 8 in the tube. They're dope. Alright, happy Glocktober.